Okay. Yeah, so I'll just do it within my browser window. So the first thing, and this is in the calendar, as this is the companion document, what you're looking at right now. It's called Conquer Command, and this serves two purposes. One, it keeps me on track and gives me an outline to follow, and it gives you guys something to go back to when I'm not here. You can go and refer to this document. So I've got each of the sections that I teach are in here along with lots of information. So I'm just going to go to my settings section, and then I'm going to move it out of the way. And so this is in, okay, it's in the know. It's in the training folder called Conquer Command. And again, there's a direct link to it in the calendar notice. Okay, so let's get going. And where'd I go? Okay, let me pull this off out of the way. You guys can't see it anymore, but I can. Okay, so we go to command. Okay, so the command settings, there are, first you get to settings by clicking, once you've logged into command, by clicking under your name, go to settings. And I'm gonna mute you again, Len, and if you guys need to talk, you can unmute yourself. That way, hopefully the recording will come out the best. So the first thing you're going to see when you do that are the applications. And this section allows you to connect the applications that you want to connect with your command. So DocuSign. So DocuSign is used along with the opportunities. It actually lets you sign and fill out forms. However, I use it, and it's the way that I teach using it in getting paid with command to, one, collect my documents together. There's a great splitting tool in it. You can combine tools. You can email documents to it, and it connects directly to opportunities. So you can submit your documents into opportunities from DocuSign. So that's something, if you're not connected, you'll want to. Okay, this is, okay, Facebook for post scheduling. So post scheduling, this is just if you want to post something from command onto your Facebook page. You just go and connect your Facebook page. This one doesn't have anything to do with the paid ads. Gmail. So I have my kw.com Gmail synced with command. And so with that, if I go into my contacts and I just want to send an email to one person, I know I showed that the other day, and I just click on their email address, what it's going to do is it's going to go and it'll open my Gmail so I can send them an email. The other thing that in your contacts, it's going to show if you've had email conversations with them through this account, it will show that to you. Twilio. So Twilio is the account that will let you send text messages from command. So this is used, Christy, you just unmuted.
I know, I ask a question, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay, that's okay.
You want me to ask it?
Sure.
Facebook, it can, so I, admittedly, I am really late to the game here, so you probably have already answered this 10 times, but for the Facebook post scheduling, can that be to your personal Facebook page, or does it have to be a business page?
You know what? I'm not quite sure.
I guess I'll have to go in and give it a
Yeah,
whirl.
I think it's just to your business page,
Okay.
but you can go in and see what it will let you connect.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so Twilio is it's a paid service. It's not terribly expensive, but it lets you send SMS messages through command. It's used a lot with smart plans. And so there's instructions. There's a video from Hunter Gore that's in the Conquer Command document about setting that up. And then I also identified that the phone number that they're going to assign to you is a 512 phone number, which is Austin, Texas. So the other thing you may want to do is pay $1 a month to get a more local number. And you can go through the process in Twilio to find a number, and they'll tell you where they are. I didn't find any that were directly in Rochester, but I picked one, I think that was a Churchville number. And nobody's going to really know. So then, given that, because you can't text from your normal cell phone number, whenever you send a text message, I fully recommend that you make sure that it says who you are, who you're with. And in last Wednesday's section where we talked about paid ads, JD had a great idea, and I incorporated this in mine to introduce this as your marketing number. And so I identify that in the text messages. And if people text you back, it will come back to you. You'll get a notification in Kelly, and you'll be able to see it also on your command contact timeline. But then I put a strong recommendation there that they continue to use the number that they already know for both calls and texts, and that this one only handles text. So PieSync is an application that will let you synchronize your contacts from command to something else or from something else to command. I use it to send, to sync my contacts over to MailChimp because I've been sending newsletters. And this is really about the easiest way to get your contacts there. And in this document, if you want to do a social email, if you go into the campaign section, it'll walk you through all of it, and also the process that I found worked really well for me for PieSync. So it's really easy to use. And I've also used it to just kind of to test it out, to sync my command contacts to an empty Google account. So know that, well, okay, so PieSync, you can set up one sync for free, but you can set up a synchronization, get everything where you want it to be, stop that one, and then go and set up a different one. So it's just how you use it. There's Twitter for post scheduling. So just like you had for Facebook, I don't really tweet, so I haven't connected that. Google Calendar, I haven't connected that either. I guess you can automatically create meetings. I've been a little scared to do that, so I haven't done that. With eEdge, at this point, you can see that it's not supported. Back at the very early days of command, you could sync your eEdge to command, and the contacts would flow over directly. That's ended. So if you have contacts in eEdge, you're going to have to export them and then use the import function into command. Office 365, I don't use Office 365 anymore, so I have not connected that. So then your marketing automation. So here's your Facebook for Ads Manager. So that's going to be for your paid ads. Also Twitter for your paid ads. I have connected my Facebook. I haven't connected Twitter because, as I said, I don't really use it. And I haven't used Google AdWords, but that's there that you can connect. And then down at the bottom for email services, you'll see here for campaigns, there's MailChimp. The account, the way I use it, is free. There's no charge. And if you look into MailChimp, what they have is they have things called audiences. So it's the group of people that you're going to send to. The free MailChimp account supports one audience. So for the newsletters that I use it for, I send those out to everybody that's in my command database. So I just sync everything over and I only need the one audience. I don't have different newsletters that I send out to different people. That at some point will be converting over to using command email for campaigns. I haven't really heard when that's going to happen yet. But for now, for email campaigns, the email will be going out via MailChimp, and you'll have a MailChimp account. And command email is what's being used for smart plans. So this has gone through a couple of different names. I can't even remember what the first one was. And then I think it was MailJet. And I believe that Keller Williams bought MailJet and have turned it into this command email. So this gives you 5,000 free email sends per month. If you want to do more than that, you can go to the marketplace, which will be up here, connect more apps, or here in the marketplace, and you can buy more emails, but 5,000 is quite a bit. I have a couple of smart plans going on now that are sending out emails, but I have maybe around 700 people in my database. Each one of them has 2 emails, and so I'm not going to come anywhere near the 5,000. So anybody have any questions on these other than Christy? You had the question that I couldn't really answer, but let me see. If I connect more, let's see what happens. Oh, nope, Christy, it's just pages. So it's just your business page.
Okay, thanks.
And it came up with Keller Williams there because I'm one of the administrators for our Facebook page. Okay, so then we have, let's see, okay, general settings, there's nothing. Okay, command settings. So your command settings, the first one you saw was applications, and that's what it kind of defaults to. So then we go to contacts. You may have seen if you want to delete a contact, you can't. You can archive it. And the reason for that is so that just in case you made a mistake and you want to bring them back, it keeps you from making that mistake. So here's your contact archive. Anybody that you've archived from your system, and you can see I've got 114 people in here. So say if there was somebody in here that I wanted to restore, so I've archived Abby from the West office. If I wanted to restore her, all I'd have to do is hit restore. And I've been going through and cleaning up my database a little bit recently. I've had some people in there that I bought as leads over the last, well, I haven't bought leads for probably 3 years, but probably my 2nd year in real estate, I bought some leads. And in some cases, I didn't have their real names and stuff. So I went back and looked at their activity on eEdge, and if they've just been ghosting me, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to delete them. And I didn't necessarily have all of their information anyway. So they're here if I wanted to go and bring them back. So then database wipe is, it's going to give you two choices. You can either archive all your contacts and then delete all of your archived contacts. So say if you found that your contact database was so messed up that you just want to start all over again. Say you want to, well, and I did this a couple times. The ones that I had brought over originally from eEdge, I decided that I wanted to use export and import instead and bring them over group by group so I could tag them. So I archived all my contacts a couple of times. And then you can also delete all your archived contacts. And at different times, I have tried to bring in someone that was in my archived contacts and it says you already have this person. So you need to go and delete them from your archive database if you get that message. So it's a two-step thing. If you want to delete all your contacts, that'll move your contacts into your archive. And then if you want to permanently delete them, you can click this. Custom tags. Custom tags are awesome. And actually there's one in here that I want to modify. So if you've been used to using another system that used like groups, eEdge was groups. Tags are kind of the same as groups. And so it's one way to separate and view only certain sets of people. One of the things that I did the other day is I realized I was using quite a few tags for people and I couldn't see them all. And so I shortened the amount. So I created tags for the years that I had transactions with people. And I forgot to change this 2019 transaction. So the good thing is you can change the name of it later if you decide that you didn't like the original name that you had, and it won't affect anything. It's still everything that you had. Everyone that you had tagged before will still be tagged. And one of the things that you're going to want to do, what's the difference between the gray and the other ones? The not so pretty ones, these are probably the Keller Williams ones. So they have system tags. And so you can make your tags any color that you want. So when you create a new tag, you just go in here, do your tag name, pick the color that you want, and create it. Now, if you're manually adding people into command, and you want to tag somebody, but you haven't created the custom tag yet, that's okay. You can create it as you're adding the contact. But if you're going to use tags while you're importing them, there is a custom tag column in the import file. So as I mentioned, when I brought them over from eEdge, I exported a group from eEdge, and then for that import file, I created the tag that I wanted to make it for, okay, my circle, and set all of them so that they were already tagged by the time I got them into the system. Hey, look, Betsy's coming in. Hi, Betsy. Okay, any other questions on custom tags at the moment? And at this point, you can do tags for contacts and for opportunities. I have done some for opportunities. Is there a difference on how they're used? You mean the custom tags versus system tags? No, not really. So the system tags, they have things like buyer, seller, bought, sold, associate KW. Did they come from Kelly? Are they an agent? Nope. You can, they're pretty much interspersed as to how you use them. And sometimes I put them in there as a reminder. So I guess I had a re-import here that I had done, which, okay, I don't have anything set to that. So I'm just going to go and delete that one while I'm in here. So here you'll see that they're created by the system. These are me, and it'll tell you, yep, nope, the system doesn't care what you use. And then when you go into this view, it'll show you how many contacts you have set to each of the tags. And you can set people to as many tags as you want. And this last one, Sent Neighborhood Smart Plan. So we talked about that the other day. And so for the people that have neighborhoods defined, I'm sending my neighborhood smart plan. Well, I have a smart plan that sends them a text, then it sends them an email that tells them I'm going to set them up on the neighborhood smart plan. And then it sets them up on the neighborhood smart plan. And then it does a little bit of a delay, and then it sends them an email that talks about the mobile app. That they can get that, tells them about that. And so I'm also, as I'm setting the people up on the smart plan, so I go in and I select 25 people. I use the bulk action in contacts and set them up on the smart plan. And then I also set them on to have this tag. So I have a good identification that, yes, I've sent those. So as you can see, I've done this for 3 days now. Need to do another one today. So custom fields, this is if there are some things that you have in a CRM that you're using now that Keller Williams didn't think about putting in command, you can create your own custom fields. I have not added any, but this is something that you can absolutely do. So here's, I guess, some suggestions, and then you can create your new custom field also. So then here's your opportunity archive. So these are, as you can see, there's a few in here that were done from when I did classes. So here I had John Tompkins was my buyer. Susie Buyer was my buyer. So I archived those to get them out of my way. But just like the contacts that it doesn't let you delete them, it lets you archive them. So if you find that you archived them by mistake, you can restore the opportunity back into the system. Okay. Any questions on that part? Okay. So opportunity settings. There's a design template, and it says it allows you to use the Sketchhouse or design template you'd like to use to send offers to your clients or co-broker agents. And I put in Conquer Command. I can't figure out why we would possibly want to use this here. I recommend using a transaction desk for doing your offers. And so I really don't understand what this one is or how we would use it. I'm sure in some other areas that are using DocuSign, etc., for contracts that they would do that. Agent sites. all I could guess is that these might be left over from another time. Neighborhoods, it says that this lets you identify up to 10 neighborhoods that you're most familiar with, but I couldn't figure out where they would show or go. So if I ever figure that out, I'll definitely let you know. The agent site landing page. So this is what this is actually kind of what the neighborhood page looks like. Again, I'm a little confused with exactly what this is for, because this doesn't exactly look like the neighborhood page either, though it looks a lot like the neighborhood page. I think it might be leftover. Team data. So this, I'm not on a team, so this doesn't affect me at all. If you're on a team, this may be something you'll want to enter in, but I don't think I have anybody on here that's on a team. So import logs. So this is if you imported contacts into your database. Here it has all of the imports that you've done, and you can download the original file. So you can see what it is. And if there were some errors, you can also download the error file. So it'll show you, okay, the last one that I did was on January 15th of this year. I had 7 that were imported, 2 that failed. The one before, I had 297 that I imported. I had 81 fail. And I believe that's because, as I said, I exported from eEdge in groups. And of course, you could have people in multiple groups. So I'm pretty sure these were people that I had before. So you can always go back and get back to your imports, and you can go back and say if you wanted to totally wipe your database and import again, you can go back and maybe reuse the file that you used originally. Okay, any questions on the command settings before we go to the Connect settings? We doing good? Okay. So your Connect settings, basically what you have is your marketing profile. And I always identify your marketing profile as being probably the second most important thing in Command. The first most important thing is your contacts. The second is your marketing profile. That you want to have this filled out because just about all of the marketing that you do, the websites that you do, the landing pages that you do, anything that you do on Command is going to make use of this data that you identified, that you put into your marketing profile. So the first thing is you have a photo. It recommends that the size be 360 by 360. It doesn't have to be 360 by 360, but you want it to be square. And it does have to be less than a meg in size. And in the instructions that I have another document that I had written quite some time ago on creating your marketing profile. And if you need to make it square or you need to make it smaller, I have actually a little video in there that shows you, and it's linked in from Conquer Command, that shows you my process and exactly how I do that. Team logo. Team logo, okay, so lots of people have logos. I don't really have a logo, but I had created, actually for both the West office and for the Brighton office, these little round things. I have a red one and a black one, and they're in the know in the office info folder that you can use. So basically, it's a round circle that will fit just fine. Has our office logo on it. I uploaded that because in some cases you're going to end up seeing a circle that's kind of sitting there all by itself with nothing in it. And it looks kind of strange. So I made those so that you can do, so you can use them if you want. Or if you've got a real logo, upload it. And same criteria. You want it to be square because it's usually going to show in a round circle and you don't want it to be stretched. And it needs to be less than a meg. So then this goes through your details. So your name, your agent license number, and then team. Team, okay, this makes no sense from a team perspective. But this is what I recommend that people that are individual agents use, because what that's going to do is it's going to fill in the top of your website, and it's going to show right here. So here's that team logo, and here is that team information. So that's the method behind my madness there. And then your professional job. So your official job title is either licensed real estate salesperson or licensed associate real estate broker. We don't have to use the word licensed in there. The bio is going to be used in a lot of different places. I suggest that you keep it kind of short and sweet, that you not make it really, really long, because in some cases it doesn't format, doesn't give you the line breaks and things like that. The other thing that I found, and I have it in my notes for you, don't use apostrophes. So don't use the word don't. Don't use haven't, because I saw it displaying incorrectly. So just a little caution. Maybe that's been changed. So here I probably would have said originally, I haven't done my job, but then I saw that it was showing with, I can't even remember what it was. But try it and you'll see what it looks like. So here's your mobile phone number. Here's your office phone number. You can enter a fax number if you want. Your email address, your website. And I have a custom domain, so that's what that is. Otherwise, mine in reality is cwhitest.kw.com. So your market center brokerage name, so the full name of it, the phone number for your office, the address, and then your market center brokerage number. And then this, even though it looks really, really squished and it says recommended size 360 by 360, don't believe that. Upload here a full-size logo, and it's best if it's a .png logo, because a .png is going to have a transparent background. And those are the ones I pulled out for you in the office information. So compliance, this legal footer text is actually what I copied from eEdge. It's also in the document, Create Your Marketing Profile, that I give you a link to in the Conquer Command document. So you can just copy it directly from there. Legal footer links. So what this is going to do, here in New York, we are required to have a link from our website to our office's website. So that's what this is. I like to put my market center site, and then here's the URL. And so where that shows is right here. And so if I click on that, My connection is not private. Okay. And here I've linked to the Market Center's website. So part of what my suggestions in here are, one, to keep you out of real estate jail. So to conform to advertising regulations as well as we can. The social, and we don't need to have legal footer images. I know they do in Texas. So that's one of the things, since Keller Williams is so large, they have things in here that don't necessarily work for us, but they have to work for other states. So they have to be the what is it? Be all for everyone. I don't know what that term is. Okay, so then your social, you need to put in the full URL, including the HTTP or the HTTPS for these. So I have Facebook and LinkedIn in here. Then if you do Facebook Pixel, you can add your Pixel ID in here. If you do Google Analytics, you can add that in here. I do have a Google Analytics account, but I haven't ever really quite figured it out, so I don't have it in there yet. And then at the very bottom, this is your link for your mobile search app. And you put that information in here. So for those of you that have been around for a while and you're converting from Playster and or eAgency, etc., make sure this is turned on. If that's not turned on, this information isn't going to be used for anything else in the system. For any of the new agents, that's already done. And there is this marketing profile Kelly guide, which will walk you through the process, but what it won't do is it won't tell you the things that are specific to us in New York that you want to do. So I suggest that you go and look at what I pulled together. Global settings, there's nothing here. I'm not sure what the intent of that was or is. Possibly it's going to be used, or possibly it was put there at the very beginning and they haven't used it yet. I don't know. And so basically I am done with the settings. Does anybody have questions? And we're done at 9:45. So Brian, I know you needed to leave. Any questions on any of these?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So I will give you an extra 13 minutes today. And I will put this out in where the training is. So Christy, do you know about, or all you guys, do you know about where the training recordings are? So it's bit.ly, bit.ly, and then KW Rock capitalized, classes lowercase. And we're putting them we're uploading them to YouTube. So you can get to the classes that we've done. So we've got the Coffee with a Capper, we've got the new agent masterminds, we've got Command. So here's the one that I did on the 20th. I'll upload the one from today also. Here's the Ignite classes. Here's Transaction Desk, Authentisign from November, and then also from today. So the November one is actually a screen recording, so it's probably easier to read the screens. But yesterday, as we were going through Transaction Desk, I found a few things that were new since I'd been in there. So you can see those. Getting Paid with Command, and then the buyer and the seller series that were done this month. So since we're using Zoom, it's really easy to record things. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to let you go. Just make sure that, you know, if you're working on this yourself, go to the Conquer command document and just open it up and work through it. And if there's anything that you find in there that's confusing or you're finding it not right, let me know so I can fix it, because lots of people are using it. Okay. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.